What is up? What is up, y'all? Alright, so it's one of my surprise streams I was telling you guys about, and I figured I'd come on here and do a pleco feeding. Hi Haley, how's it going? We're gonna feed some plecos here in a minute. What is up, guys? Hello, Lobes. What's up, Pete? Hello, Charlie. Gonna feed some green beans to all these plecos where you guys can see really how much there is. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Jeremy. What's up, guys? Hello, Cichlid King. What is up? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera ready here. Got some green beans over here, and we're gonna feed all these guys right here. See how long it takes them to come up. And I've got a whole can here. What's up, Jamie? Got a whole can here. I don't know how much of it I'm gonna use, but we will definitely see. Grab about a half a can here. Let's see all these little boogers come up here and start eating. They should just swarm like crazy. What's up, Not Nola Jean? Gonna feed some plecos. Hopefully the contrast is good here, because a lot of these plecos are albino. So, what up, Dank? What up, boy? Just gonna feed some plecos here, see what all we got. Thing about green beans is sometimes it takes a while for them to get there, because there's not a whole lot of odor. It must be cold there. Yeah, it is pretty chilly, rainy day today. Got about 150 juvie super reds, and they smash a whole can. Oh yeah, this tank's probably got 300 or more, 1 inch and less. It's got albinos, super reds, and calicos, and commons. So the only reason why I'm holding back a little bit of it is because I've got a couple of big plecos in here that I might wait until dark to feed them later, because they won't come out when the lights are on. So, yeehaw. Looks like they're starting to find it, right over here especially. So I'll see. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any closer. Looks like they're coming out of the woodwork, guys. Still got a lot of them over here, not finding their way over here yet. So, got a bunch over on the left side, not finding their way over yet. But we've still got a lot of them that are finding their way. Might go over on the other side. And do green beans make your filters all oily? I've not had any problems with it. Tomorrow I'm doing a heavy water change on this tank, so I will probably do my filter maintenance tomorrow, but I've not had any problems. What did John say there? Crud. I missed your comment, John. It went bye-bye. When someone else comments, I'll try to scroll up and see what it said. Do. Kick the tripod there, sorry. Yeah, I'll get over here in a minute and turn this over to see if the Cheese Creek guys have come out. Okay, just bought a case of green beans today We're only 3 for $1. Thinking about buying a couple more cases. Yep. I know that anytime I get around like an Aldi always has good green bean prices. So I'm gonna move this light up here and grab onto this wood. Pay attention underneath this wood. Oh, the male went out the back. There's the female. See her? You guys see her under there? See if she'll dart off. Well, they must be hanging on to the back side. That wood is stinking heavy. They didn't let go. Oh, the male shot over here. He's in between those sponge filters over there. You can see his head right there. I don't know how good you can see him, but there's the male. And the female, you can just see her fin right there. So I don't know if you guys are able to make her out, but she's there. I got their tanks done yesterday. I've got one of those new filters, the Zis filters in it, and then I've also got a cycled sponge in there too. What is up, Carbon? Really? Aldi is Cichlid King. Really, French cut works so much better for me. Yeah, these are French cut. They can't hardly get into, I mean, some of the bigger plecos can crack into the regular style green beans, but there's a, oh, you missed it. There was an albino baby on top of the big Cheese Creek male. You should be able to see him back there now. What's up, Mike? Just feeding some green beans to these plecos here. I don't know how good you guys can see the albinos, but they're kind of blending in with the green beans, it looks like. Yeah, Aldi is awesome. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, that male is beautiful. Right over there. He is gorgeous. I don't know if this will let me zoom. Yeah. Look at there, guys. I don't think he's got any green beans back there, but he's acting like he's searching for food. Yeah, it looks like a pile of wigglies. There, the zoom is helping a little bit. Hello, turtle girl. Yeah, they are pigging down. Pigging out. There you can see them really good. Pleco versus green beans here. Crazy. They are chowing down. Something you'll see my male longfin. Wow, is all I can say. Yeah. Sometime. Oh, I said something, didn't I? Have you done a time lapse? That would be so cool to see them absolutely destroy the beans. I've got a time lapse of these guys eating on my Thanksgiving video. I did a Pleco versus green bean casserole. It was basically rapashi and French style cut green beans. And at the end of that Pleco versus Thanksgiving dinner video, which was on Black Friday is when it uploaded, there is a time lapse of these guys right here eating at the end of that video. And it was pretty cool. It went kind of fast though. I tried to slow it down a little bit, and then my big male Cheese Creek, which he's coming out again. He might come over here and get into the mix. He came out in that time lapse. He is going to come out here and eat, I think. Maybe not. Wish he would. I put a video on Instagram the other day. He came out and was eating on a cucumber during the day, but the female, she absolutely will not come out unless the lights are out. But the male I mean, I had my hand on the glass and everything, and he wasn't taking off or anything, and he was just in the wild 3 months ago, so it's kind of cool. He's inching this way. I think he's hungry. He is huge. All these little babies that are next to him are an inch long. So that puts into perspective how big he is. Yeah, he is a beautiful big boy. Yeah, he is, definitely. He is a giant. I would say he's 7 inches long or better. And online they say they're supposed to get somewhere between 3.5 and 5 inches long. But he's definitely bigger than 5 inches long. Yeah, no kidding. He's hiding out behind this leaf here. And he took off. Probably about time to get that leaf out of here. The shrimp that are in this tank and the snails have really tore that leaf up. Yep, he's wild caught. I did a video on him a couple of weeks ago. It's the L393 Cheese Creek, and it was an import from Peru. I actually won him and the female that are in here in a rock, paper, scissors game up around Chicago. Pleco Paradise. Thanks, Haley. I just got my notification. How long? Oh, not very long. Probably, Keith, probably 4:30, somewhere around in there. Just a few, 12 minutes I think I've been live. Somewhere around in there. Just sitting here, feeding some baby plecos. And the male I don't know, Jeffro, I think may not have quite enough babies in that tank. Yeah, right, I know. Do the, like the green beans too, does anyone know? What is up, Tampa Tom? There's a little baby calico over here that I want you guys to see. I like the calicos. If it will zoom far enough. There's a little calico baby and a super red to the right. They are just everywhere, aren't they? I mean, you look on those green beans and it's just movement everywhere. There's a calico up here in the green bean pile. I would call that a calico and not a super red. Too much black on it. What is up, Ray? I missed your comment. Something about green bean. Okay, here we go. Hi, Jeffro. Do you net out the leftover beans after, say, an hour or two to keep the water clean, or you don't have a problem with the water? I leave them in until they're gone, or 24 hours, whichever one comes first. So if there's still any remnants of green beans in 24 hours, then I take them out. Same way with all my veggies. So if I've got a big old cucumber in here or a zucchini or something like that, after the 24-hour mark, I take them out if they're not done. What would you say your favorite variety of pleco is, Jeffro? Like super reds or albinos? That is all the time changing because I love plecos so much. So like I'm in love with these Cheese Creek right now, but I've got some L182s in the other room in there that I'm in love with. And then I've got some L183s that I've got a male that is just to die for. So, what is up, Select Pet? That is constantly changing. I'm just a lover of all plecos. Yeah, hard to say, Devin. Do 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 do. I'm gonna go get me a drink while you guys just sit here and watch. I will be right back. Much better. People fail to mention that ancestors are actually catfish, not true plecos. Sorry I couldn't stay late, Jeffroz. They say to get the money I have to keep working. Yeah, no kidding, right? Let's see here. I've evidently had some babies in here of shrimp because there's a juvenile on that Mexican beach pebble. Yeah, no kidding. I'm surprised that Cheese Creek hasn't came over here yet. He's acting like he's hungry. I got him online somewhere, Devin. I'm not really certain. But if you Google Mexican beach pebble, I got them on Amazon and they were like $8 for like a 20-pound bag or something like that. They were pretty reasonable. Shipped Amazon for free because I've got a Prime. Man, that guy is just gorgeous, guys. I can't ever get enough of him. I don't know if you guys can see him back there, but that pile is alive, Charlie. It is. Sometimes landscaping rocks have Mexican beach pebbles. I have seen them. Gosh, there was an Ace Hardware one day I saw some there. Yeah, I love him too. I love the Cheese Creek. It looks like a red-brown camo. Yeah, I know. The honeycomb pattern on them are so cool. And then it looks like they've just got armor plates on their back, you know. And then when he flares out, he looks really tough. And he's like at the age where his bristles are starting to branch out. Instead of just being singles, they branch out into doubles and triples. And wish he'd come over here under the light and say hi before the end of this. Believe it or not, I've never fed green beans. I am abusing my plecos. I think it's a really good source for plecos that need vegetables in their diet. You know, it'd be no different than never feeding a Hypancistris pleco some shrimp or something like that every once in a while, you know. I mean, Hypancistris are like a meat eater, you know, or it'd be no different than not feeding a wood pleco wood ever, you know. I'm sure some of these pellets have trace amounts of vegetables and stuff, but nothing is as good as the real deal, you know. When I zoom in like that, his color isn't as good. So hopefully he will come over here in a minute. Look at all them plecos, guys. I should have an end of year sale or something, you know. Wouldn't be very hard to catch them. You'd probably catch some green beans along with them, but I think what I'm gonna do is here in a couple of weeks get a couple of 100-gallon stock tanks and get them set up in the basement with a couple of heaters and get them up off the concrete floor and separate as many of these, like put the commons back over there in with the common tank, and then take the super reds and the calicos and put them in one 100-gallon, and then all the albinos in one 100-gallon, and then get the Cheese Creeks out of here and put in the new tank setup that I did yesterday. And then Sergeant Tank has got some Synodontis lucipennis growing out right now. Start out with some of those and then start looking for some Hypancistris plecos to put in here. So I got to kind of get busy over the holidays here and get some stuff done. What do you plan to do with these plecos? Sell them, grow them out and sell them. I'm not for sure going to keep them. I mean, every last one of these are for sale. I have another project trying to see what all going to cost. Yep, I hear you, fish out of water. I wish there was a Pleco call and I'd call my male Cheese Creek over here and tell him to eat, ring a dinner bell or something. I know he knows there's food in the tank because he's acting like he's eating, but he's not. Is this live stream 90? Is this live stream 90? This is number 84, I believe. I think it's 84, Peter. What is up, the Fish Loft? I think he ran over and grabbed one when I first joined the stream. Cheese Creek one was eating a bean. Yeah, back in the corner. Yeah, I think you're right, Alhana. I just wish that he'd come up here in the light. Yeah, Dozer's not in here. He's in the other room. He just came in from outside. He's acting like a baby because it's cold and rainy out today. So what has everybody been up to today? I have pretty much, I took a 2-hour nap, which I needed a 4-hour nap, but my son woke me up, which it's okay. And I edited and rendered one whole video today. That's about it. Yeah, I've been watching the Vikings too. I think they're behind right now. One of their guys got hurt a little bit ago, I saw. Devin, the Caradina shrimp are doing pretty good. I've got another video coming out pretty soon that shows whenever I release them into the tank. So you'll get to see them again here pretty soon. Jamie went to the LFS and got some plants for the first try at a planted tank. Awesome. You will love it. You will love it. Just got back from working, added some autos to my new 37-gallon, fed all the fish, and added some ferts to my tanks. Cool. Working on clearing the fish barn. Awesome. Long as you get a good glass cutter, should be okay. I had plans, but after going out to breakfast, plans, 8:30, I've been Indigestion ever since, so that place is off the list. Yeah, I haven't really felt the best in the world either. The last few days, I've just kind of been down. I almost wonder if I'm trying to come down sick or something. Here comes the male Cheese Creek. Hopefully, he doesn't take off. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do with them all. That's funny, Slick Bet. Come on, big boy. Come over here and eat. You've just got another 6 or 7 more inches to go, and you're into some green beans here. Thanks a lot, Barbara. Yeah, it is probably just, I don't know. I haven't had much sleep here lately either. Like last night, I tossed and turned until like 2 and got back up and watched movies until like 4 in the morning. And then was up at 7. Alright, here we go. I think he's going to come on in, guys. Try to do the least amount of movement here as possible. Yeah, he's eating his way over. He really is. I know he wants to just get in there and gobble them. The other night, I put a cucumber in here, and he totally ignored everything in the world but that cucumber. So his favorite is cucumber for sure, but I know that he loves green beans because he's already been eating on green beans since he's been here. Seems like I've had him about 3 weeks. Oh, there's a green bean right in front of his nose over there. Yep, he's got one. Bada boom, bada bang. Bada bing, bada bang. And the female is kind of out a little bit over here, but still lurking under the driftwood. Yeah, he really allows those babies. Who was that said that? Sickly King. He allows those babies to crawl all over him, and he's really careful around them. So I'm hoping that having them in here, if they haven't had any spawns in the wild, which I'm sure they probably have, I would say he's for sure over a couple of years old, I would say. But I just got his tank finished yesterday, and here in the next week or so, maybe a couple weeks, I'll move him and the female over to their new forever breeding tank and hopefully get some of that stuff started, because in here it would just be by accident if they did, because it's just so spread out in here. Up until today, whenever I took his piece of driftwood out, he would stay on his driftwood over here, and she would stay on hers, like over on the left side. Starting to get in here behind the wood. These are a morph off of my rainbow tiger Endlers. They're not actually an albino. They are, I'm gonna call them they're like a white iridescent rainbow tiger Endler is what they are, and this camera is not doing them justice. Like they're really, really, really nice in person. They've got like this rainbow color, but it's like iridescent, so it's hard to pick up on camera. But they are Endlers. There's one female in here with about 7 or 8 males, and that was by accident. But they don't run the female to death, luckily. And I have 2 females and a male in another tank, and both of the females are pregnant right now, so I can't wait until they finally have their fry to where I can see if they're going to shoot straight or not. But these happened in my summer tubs this summer. That's awesome, Fish Keeping Jamaica. What is up, Jeff? Just feeding some plecos here. There's my male. He is starting to get into the eating. What's up, Raccoon Creek? I would say one bite and he eats a whole green bean. Look at all your babies, Jeff. You see them all? I ended up with quite a few of the commons, Jeff. Yeah, there is a ton, aren't there? They are going to town, man. What is up, Palmer? Cool. Yeah. They will, I will hook you up with some of them bad boys, and they'll have a blast. This guy right here, that is a good one to get in on. They're just tearing it up. They're acting like they're having to struggle to get to food, but it's like everywhere they look is food. The Cheese Creek male must have took off because I don't see him anymore. Oh, he's back there behind the caves, underneath that Neverclog back there. Yeah, Reels, I'm feeding them green beans. They're tearing it up. Little over a half a can of green beans in there. Looks like the guppies do eat the beans a little bit. Yeah, these Endlers not as much as the guppies and the platies. The platies really love the green beans, but these Endlers don't pick at it as much. I don't really have any great big fat females in here though. Like my big female Endlers, they really pack on the green beans. Look at that guy back there behind those caves. He's looking right at us. He is a monster. Well, Devin, it depends on what you're wanting to do with them, but I've got Pleco tanks that are bare bottom, and I got Pleco tanks that are sand and lightly planted, and then I've got Pleco tanks that are heavily planted with Eco Complete or Fluval Stratum. It's just up to what you want to do. You can put Plecos in any kind of substrate. They're really resilient. So my albino long fins and my albino short fins are pretty easy on the plants. What's up, Joseph? What's up, Aquarium Adventures? Nice to see ya. Yeah, if it's just for grow out, I have tanks that are just bare bottom, like this one right here. It is just only right now, it's just a grow out to grow these little plecos out. So bare bottom, if that's the only thing you want to do. Now if I wanted to put plants in here, of course I would have to have some substrate. So if that's all you're wanting to do and you don't want to do anything with plants, you can just go with bare bottom. I kind of like it with the Pleco tank because they swoop back and forth with their tails, and all the mulm and everything gets up into the water column and then gets sucked up into the filter. You know, I just cleaned this intake yesterday. Now the glare is really bad, but I just cleaned this intake yesterday and look at how it's sucked back up there again. Bare bottoms are, I hardly ever have to do any kind of a gravel vac or anything in a bare bottom tank. What kind of guppies? These are those white iridescent rainbow tiger endlers. So this happened in my summer tubs, Jeff. My rainbow tiger endlers spit these out, and the female that's in here, she is pregnant, and then I've got 2 females in a 10-gallon with the male that they were in there since they were fry, and both of those females are big and pregnant. So I'm waiting to see the fry drop to see if I'm going to need to cull and keep on culling until I get it straight of line. But in person, these fish are amazing, and one of these days I'll do a video on them with my good camera so you guys can see them. It's on my list of videos to make. Kind of wanting to wait until I see some fry. Yeah, definitely, Jeff. I've got that on my list of things to do. Kind of waiting to see what my fry look like first, and then once that happens, Fish Keeping Jamaica, this is a 50-gallon lowboy. These little baby plecos on the green beans are 1 inch long, and then this big guy back here behind this cave, he's probably 6 inches long, somewhere around in there, 6 or 7 inches long. And then I've got a female. You can't probably see her very well, but in the crease of this wood underneath there, there's a female in the shadows there, kind of upside down. I don't know if you guys can make her out there. She's under there, upside down. She likes to stay under there. Joseph asks, are the green beans their #1 food? Their #1 food is the North Fin kelp wafers. That's what I feed on a daily, and then every once in a while I'll do bug bites from the Pleco formula, and then every once in a while I'll do Pleco wafers, the algae wafers, you know. But I would say their #1 food is the North Fin kelp wafers. And what's up, Mikey? And then I do veggies like 3 days a week. So like just 2 days ago I did a cucumber, and like yesterday I did kelp wafers. Today I'm doing green beans. You know, I just keep on switching it up, but I constantly am switching it up. And I did a video not too long ago on my top 5 favorite Pleco foods and kind of went over that. But yeah. Can't stay long. I'm hanging stupid Christmas lights. Nice. Have fun with that, Mikey. You came home and your wife's putting you to work. That is funny. Hoping that this Cheese Creek Pleco will come out from behind these caves back here. He's eating green beans that have made it around the back. Right now you can just see his top fin. Had a pretty good view of him a little bit ago when he was like over here. He was eating right here for about 5 minutes. Now I have to try and talk people out of buying the commons as they outgrow most tanks. People don't realize how much they poop. Yeah, the commons are terrible. I've got one in the whole house. It was a Walmart buy. We were there one time and they had one there, and My son wanted it really bad, and he does. Especially whenever he gets to eat. He eats a bunch of wood, too. Like, he can go through a block of Malaysian driftwood pretty quick. Alright, I was hoping that these cheese creeks would come out. But no dice. They're not wanting to come up here into the spotlight. I'll have to do this again sometime when I do like a big hunk of zucchini or something like that. Because last night, or no, a couple nights ago when I fed cucumber, he was just right up here at the front of the tank. The cucumber was right here. I did an Instagram post on it. It was pretty cool. He stayed there the whole time. My old house, the lights were up for 5 years. Don't forget the like button, folks. Thanks, Select Pet. I appreciate that. Yeah, nothing really different than just a swarm of babies everywhere. Female still kicking around under there. She's hungry. If I shut the lights off in 5 minutes, I could come back in here and she'd be out. But right when you turn the light on, she would disappear. She is really wild. This male is pretty much kind of like tame. He's really adjusted. There you can see his honeycomb pattern on his head really good. Then you can see how his bristles are split on the ends every once in a while. Do have 5 long-finned albinos in there? Probably. It takes a certain amount of time and age to figure out if they are, but I would say if I really sat here and counted, you know, there's not as many long fin as there is short fin, but when they're first wigglers, it's really hard to tell. I could probably, I've got some super reds back there that it's pretty much time for them to release. I could probably get up here and release some of those too. I might wait a couple more weeks though. I probably will go for another 18 minutes or so here to where we can get to the hour. I had only planned originally on going for 30 minutes, but the female is kind of peeking out a little bit here. That'd be really nice if she came out. She is right under here. You can see her nose right there. Slick Pet says, you plan on keeping other fish with your shell dwellers when you get them? Not really sure yet. It really depends on which species I end up getting, but not 100% sure yet. It's only a 20-gallon long, so Joseph says nice odontals on the Pleco, nice healthy 2 of 3 waist splits on the ends. Yes, definitely. I'd say he's a couple or 3 years old actually. You know, this just 3 months I think is how long he's been here in the US. So gonna run, have a good one everyone. See you, Mikey. Because whenever I got him, I think they said 69 days is how long it had been since he'd been here. So he was there whenever you guys were there this summer. It's kind of cool actually, Joseph. It's kind of awesome actually. He is a beautiful Pleco. Yes, that's the river that he's from, Joseph. The Madre de Dios. Yep, exactly. That's exactly the collection point. I'm gonna turn the camera where the female is and shine a flashlight in there and see how good you guys can see her. Nope. She don't like the flashlight. Oh well. Oh well. She's definitely acting like wild caught. He's acting like I am a pig. Please give me my food. Yeah, she's camera shy for sure. If the lights were off, she'd be out. That's why she stays underneath that dark wood all day long. I am going back looking for some to go with me. It looks like I might be leading an expedition for Go Wild Peru. Anyone is welcome, maybe July. Man, that would be awesome. If I definitely fall into some money where that would be a possibility, I would definitely be game with that for sure. That would just be a blast, man. Especially going with someone like you that's been over there before. That's what would be cool. Kind of know the ropes, you know. Because it would kind of stink to go over there and not have anybody with you that you didn't know. I mean, I'm sure you would still have fun, but it would be a little bit better if you had people that you know that you can count on and stuff, you know. Come on up here, boy. A little farther. He's inching his way. He is sitting in a sea of green beans and baby plecos. Oh, snap. I wonder if they nibbled on him or something. They must have made him angry or something, because he just snapped all of a sudden. You need 3 or 4 people to join you. Yeah, Barbara, he does, doesn't he? He's actually almost got like blue eyes. They're not quite blue, but with the good camera, they almost look blue. I love how he's being so gentle with the babies. Yeah, he was until he kind of flipped out. I don't know. One of them must have got a little bit too pushy. little too close for comfort. Is the Cheese Creek ancistrus known as a green ancistrus? L393 Cheese Creek ancistrus is all I know on the catalog when you look it up. So without having that all pulled up in front of me, I don't know anything about green in its name. So it's the L393 Cheese Creek ancistrus SP. I know that much right there, and if you look that up on the catalog, it will show. Sounds interesting. Very much interested, but very much probably can't afford it. Yep, Graham. And plus, like, I've still got kids at home too, you know, without a significant other for them to stay with while I'm gone. July would be summertime. I could maybe cart him off to my mom's down in Missouri for the week. Eric would love to go, I'm sure, too. Oh, yeah, Eric, he might have been the one. I know that he's the one that, he's the only one in the U.S. that I know of, Joseph, that has gotten them to breed. So, yeah. I just got their new tank done yesterday, and hoping in the next couple weeks to get them moved over to that and get started. You know, I've had them a little over a month now, but really enjoying them. I would love to be able to be the second person in the U.S. to get them to breed. That would be a really awesome thing. Okay, guys. Hang on one second. I gotta answer my son back here. I gotta figure out what time it is real quick too. Okay, we're at 5:30. We're good. Got about 10 more minutes and we'll get off here. What is up, Smoking Joes? Just feeding some plecos. You're sure welcome, Cichlid King. Just remind you guys, David Gilkison got my Shelley's. I sent you a pic. Cool. Just to remind you guys, tomorrow night's live stream is still on, but it's going to be later in the night. It'll be 10 p.m. Central before I'm able to get on. So I'll still be doing the water changes in here, but it's just going to be later at night. Let's see here. What else? David Gilkison says it's past his bedtime. Yeah, it usually takes about an hour and a half, so yay. What's up, John? Watching 9 L144 longfin blue-eyed bristlenose mowing through some green beans right now. Awesome. That is awesome, man. Did you get them at the GCCA? I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, me either, Joseph. And I've got a bad day tomorrow, too. We just lost our secretary at our office. And on Mondays, it's hard for me to get around. But tomorrow morning, I got to leave town first thing in the morning and head towards Iowa City, Iowa. And it's an hour and 45-minute drive. And aye. Just grin and bear it. Alrighty, about 8 more minutes. They're not going to get them done in an hour, I'll tell you that right now. Man, that common right here is fat. He's the same age as all those other commons, but look at how fat he is. It's probably a female, I bet. There's a pretty nice super red baby. Pigging out. What's up, Benjamin P? Just feeding some baby plecos, some green beans. Yes, Barbara Jackson. Yeah, they are blended in quite a bit. Albinos, commons, reds, and got a few calicos too. There's a calico up here in the front. Yeah, they do, don't they? They definitely blend in, Benjamin. That male doesn't act like he's going to come back over. Got about 5 more minutes here if anybody has any questions or anything before we get off here. I'll be live again tomorrow night. I'm gonna go live every night this week. Try to get caught up enough to be able to get to 100 by the end of the month. Thanks a lot, Carrie. You have a great rest of the night. Definitely gonna have to get this big common to Valley Fish though. Out of all the commons, he's for sure got to get this real big one here. For sure. It is like the same age as those other commons that it's by, but so much bigger. Like double the size. I have bristlenose fried to give away, 7-inch West Tennessee if anyone's interested. I will hit you up on Instagram, Jeffroz. Thanks a lot, Reels. Let's see here. When they're little, they remind me of tadpoles. Yes, definitely. I used to play with tadpoles like crazy when I was a kid. Had a lot of fun growing up in southern Missouri and the freshwater streams. Southern Missouri, spring fed. There, every once in a while there'd be a spring pool coming out of the hillside, and we would jump in it, and it'd be like, you know, 55, 60 degree water, and just give you like brain freeze when you jumped in it. Cichlid King says 7-inch wasn't supposed to be in there. What a feeding. Thanks for the mesmerizing show, Jeff. You're welcome, Jeremy. I thought that this would be a pretty good idea for a little live stream. One of those filler ones, you know. It's a tank that you guys never get to see up close. You know, it's already been like 2 months since I set this tank up, and with all the new videos all the time that I've been doing, it's like these get put in the back and nobody gets to see them anymore. And yeah, I just figured I would bring you guys on here and feed them some green beans. Have a live Pleco versus green beans show. John says your 183s eat green beans with the lights on. Nope, they will only eat at night when it's dark. The 182s do. Not all of them. Four out of the 6 on my 182s will eat during the daytime, but there's 2 that are probably females. They stay underneath that wood until it's black. But the 183s, they won't. There was one time one of the big ones came out during the day and ate. I've got one of the big ones that's just caved up all the time, just in the last few weeks. So I'm getting kind of excited about that. Those tanks that I set up yesterday, I got one of them set up for them, and one of them set up for the 182s, and one for the Cheese Creek. So I'm hoping to get all 3 of those species going and get them breeding by the spring. That's what I'm hoping for. Alright guys, got about a minute left, so turn you guys back around here. Yeah, so this week I'm going to go live every day, and the biggest reason why is because if I go live every day this week and then do the 3 days a week for the rest of the year, my New Year's Eve stream will be the 100, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. Plus, this is a way of giving back to you guys. It's been a great year, and it's all due to you guys. You know, I mean, you guys have helped me grow my channel by just being engaged with me in my channel. And you guys show up every time. I mean, like, this was unannounced, and tons of people showed up to support me, and I really appreciate it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. I thought that it turned out to be a pretty good one. again, tomorrow night, it's going to be a little bit later, but we're still going to have a water change live stream. I have to change my water in here, so hopefully you guys have a great rest of the night. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Monday night water change live stream. Peace out, y'all.